Welcome back to the GSTL with TSL, FXO, Wolf, and Artosis. And these four attributes coming together.
Amazingness.
And so we talked a little bit about this before we went to the break. I want to hear your thoughts on, basically right now, Zergs being thrown into an arena where they don't have time to repair, are dominating. They're being the race of choice for most teams. But in the individual league, they're still struggling when Terrans and Protoss have time to repair for them. Why is that? Is there a correlation between this?
That's an interesting question. I don't have like a real answer for it, but one thing I do want to point out is that it's really hard to get into Codex. And I think some of our better Zergs aren't there. And you can actually say the same for some other races as well, like Protoss. Yeah, we have a lot of Protosses doing quite well. But whereas, like, Younghua, for instance, that guy is starting to crush stuff. He's been really good for a long time. He's not there. Shine, he's not in Codex yet. He's not able to shine there, but he's being thrown out. One thing I do want to mention, though, is that I feel like teams are having an over-reliance on Zergs right now.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like the fact that we've seen this many Zergs from TSL, I feel a bit uneasy with it. I feel like Inori should have a little bit more love. And the more I think about it, I'm picking NS Hoso to win Team League. Because they are balancing their races like gods.
They really are, man. That's a great, astute observation that you have made. We'll see if Shine can really shine today. They'll be taken out by the Towel Terran here at the GSTL, asked by Artosis and Wolf. Up top center on Metropolis, yet another Zerg player from the Zerg heavy team TSL. His ID is
TSL, shine!
His opponent, bottom center, the blue Terran from the team FXO, the Towel Terran. His ID is
FXO, Gumiho!
Looking essentially flawless in his last game, for the most part. That Towel gets me every time. I'm like, how can this be true?
I know, right? All right, we're about to have a sign come on the screen. I do believe. Maybe not. Oh, they have it on the Korean stream, not on ours. All right, never mind. I was going to have you read it for us. Well, tell us what it actually says.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't have a chance.
That's okay.
But there's another sign that's asking for pizza. And, that trick won't work anymore, I don't think.
You don't think so?
The Korean casters bought everyone pizza so many times. I don't think they can keep doing that. It's expensive to order pizza.
Is it the casters that buy it?
Yes.
It's not GOM?
Nope, casters. The Korean casters are actually I think they're trying to do this thing where they undermine each other by buying pizza for people. Like, well, I bought pizza twice. You only bought pizza once, so maybe the fans will like me more. They're like trying to undermine each other. Man.
I wish you hadn't told anyone this. Now they're going to be like, why don't the English commentators buy people pizza?
Well,
if I did, guys, there'd be some cheeses in there, which there never are. Okay, we have a double racks out here, and this is so far away, and it's like the economy racks once again. It's not an 1111.
Yeah, same build, but not as far out, like you said.
Yeah. I mean, how much damage is it actually going to do?
I don't even think he's going to really commit too much to this.
Well, the thing is, I feel like last game Ragnarok didn't do well against it. I thought that he actually did kind of a poor job of reacting. The way he lost 4 drones right away, he made 16 lings and a spine, and it's like, well, this is just not going well. And Gumiho figured, from there, Gumiho just controlled the entire game. Can he get that to start again?
I mean, that's a good question. I really like the positioning Gumiho used with these barracks, by the way. I cannot believe even, first of all, Gumiho's positioning was awesome, but Shine scouting it, that is really, really excessive scouting almost. Obviously he saw nothing in the main, so he had to keep looking, but that was the last place you would ever really expect it. And for that reason, wow, it was nice. But for that reason, it's like, well, there's a reason why it's not the place you would check. It's because it's not really that effective at rallying your units that much faster on this map.
Yeah.
That's it. This push has been stopped. He forced a spine. He lost an SCV. Fairly even trade.
Yeah. No drones lost. 12 Lings made instead of 16. And killing that SCV, as you mentioned. So, but of course, it's a much different map. He was much further away. Easier for Zerg to respond to this one.
Very exact follow-up, by the way, for our Terran player going for the 3rd command center. Oh, you may be denied landing here. Well, one of them will be denied.
Not enough Lings actually down there right now to really be all that scary. And they're going to have to run out. But he is double commanding after this and getting a couple refineries. Would not be surprised to see him go right into double eBay. In fact, I'd be really surprised not to see that.
Yeah.
Just because if you're going 3 command centers at this time, then, well, you're going for a long game, and you need to get those eBays up immediately.
This game, he got faster gases. He got his gases before his 3rd barracks because he knew it was cross-map. His opponent didn't have speed. There's no reason for him to finish that wall off immediately. So he's going to have factory tech out a bit faster. And as such, may decide to go Hellions this time. Another thing to note, though, is with this type of wall-off, whenever you go Hellions, you know, with tanks it's okay to have to lift to move out. Hold that thought. We're going to see
a little bit sloppy there by Gumiho, but those are Space Marines, as In Control would say.
Whenever you go for factory units and you have to lift to move out, if you have to keep lifting every time you rally Hellions out, it becomes a bit arduous. But if you just go straight into tanks like we saw last game, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, that's I love moves like that, man. When people are like, "All right, I'm gonna get siege tanks quickly because then I cannot die," and then also my siege tank count is really big when I attack. Both pretty good. We will see. Now let's see how many queens. 4 queens right now. No more started yet. I do wonder what style he used there. He is getting 2 gases though. 2 gases already for our Zerg player.
Yeah, and double eBays again for Gumiho.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is going to be the
you know
gas?
what? Gumiho's going to mech. Look at this. He's going up to 4. No, he's not. He's getting 2 eBays, but he's going 4 gas so quick. This is
it's going to help him get tanks out really quick if he does that again. And there it is, tanks first. If you're getting double eBay upgrades and tanks, and you have to eventually get stim, I mean, I see the 4 gas. I see it.
It's just so fast. I'm a little bit surprised. All right, so this is like a lot of gas by our Zerg player too, and he is getting the double Evo, which is important. You need double Evo to counter double eBay.
Now, something to note that we saw both games is he makes the 1 Hellion. He gets the siege mode research first, but he always makes the 1 Hellion and lifts up, lets it out. That's going to allow him a lot of scouting, and I really like that. Yeah, make the 1 Hellion.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Of course. I mean, it's worth how many scans. He's going to check out multiple bases. He's going to see things like Spinecrawler, the creep spread level. He may even get a tumor to cancel or something like that. Might end up killing a Ling or 2. You never know. But he's getting a ton of info off.
Yeah, he sees the 3rd hatch, knows the timing of it. In fact, because he saw it was not finished when he went to check. So already this Hellion has been far worth its cost. And 1-1 is finishing up for Gumiho significantly faster than Shine's 1-1 upgrades as his layer finishes.
Yeah, but you know what? Shine isn't really behind. You know, like the last game, Ragnarok got really behind early on. Everything kind of went wrong. Shine, even though he's going to be down on upgrades a little bit, that's something that you kind of learn to live with Zerg. It's very rare to actually be ahead of your opponent on upgrades, just because of the way the race does function. But, you know, I expect him to start 2-2 right away, and there will be periods where he's behind, but there will be periods where he's even, and that's really what counts. He just has to avoid battles during those off times.
Well, here's the Spire, Baneling speed. This style is old. I mean,
yeah, it is.
It's really actually weird to see this. When I see Baneling speed and Spire going up, I'm like, if it's not an ST, I mean, an ST is like the only person who's still doing this. In fact.
Yeah. You know what? I kind of like it though, because if you have Baneling speed, they can't really attack you for a while. You know, they have to move out with siege tanks, in which case they're protecting their siege tanks with all the Marines, which means that your mutas can harass. You know, it's a reason why it was a style at one point. There is a lot of solid stuff about it.
Yeah, you're right.
And I still like it. I'm nostalgic for it.
I am a little bit too. It's like when I see someone go 3-gate Sentry expand against Zerg, I'm like, whoa, this isn't even necessarily optimal at all anymore. But
yeah. Well, one thing that I have to say that I find painful personally, Wolf, is watching slow Banelings try to help stop a push.
Yeah, that's...
Because they just like waddle, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Get out of here, Banelings.
Yeah, that could be awful to watch, especially if you're a Zerg fan. Well, a few mutas already on the way, and by a few I mean 5. You see another command center on the way for Gumiho, who's transitioning essentially exactly the same way as he did last game. You made a good point, though, in that he's not, even if he transitions the same as he did last game, he doesn't have the early advantage that he had last time to really run with.
Yeah. I mean, look at the supplies. They are pretty even. Gumiho is macroing kind of like a boss here, but Shine isn't, like, afraid yet. You know, nothing so terrible has happened. He's lost some Overlords, sure, but he's going up his tech tree like he wants.
Yeah. A few Lings lost. A very small Mulus force, almost as if it's a fake. He's already got the Infestation pick coming up, but he's going to make 5 more. He's got +1 attack on the way. It's so strange to me that, I mean, in total, he's made 6 mutas now. He's going to go up to 11, but with the Spire timing, I would have thought he would commit more. But he's really spinning his gas on his upgrades right now.
Well, I love to see the really quick 2-2. And in fact, a Hive is coming up. So you know what? These mutas are going to be slight harassment, then anti-air for the Broodlords is what it's looking like. But with those 2-2 upgrades, of course, you always got to consider that there's going to be possible Ultralisk switches. And having those extra mutas is really going to force you into quite a few Vikings. So there's actually like a neat little tech switch building up for our Zerg player.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you have a Spire, I mean, you're already going to the Broodlords. No reason not to spend a little bit of gas on these mutas that have so many different uses. He hasn't overcommitted to them at all.
Yeah, and he has enough that he kills drops and stuff like that, which is really important right now.
That's something that I think I would like to see more of, is people just getting small groups of mutas only for drop defense. Well, this drop is going to be well defended.
He's going to clean that right up easily. Gumiho losing a good 10 supply in the last minute or so just through drops being destroyed by this Mutalisk Spawn. And look at this creep spread, man. He is starting to push it back, but it is everywhere, even on the islands.
He's actually spreading Overlord creep on the islands that have creep on them.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't mean anything. No, actually, it's a joke.
I didn't know if I thought you were just meant his creep spread was so good at spread to the islands. I was like, well, I mean, by tumors. Okay, all right.
That's what I wanted you to.
Okay, all right.
All right.
I failed there. No, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Well,
you stood up beautifully, and I just like dropped the ball, man.
You messed up.
I messed up.
All right. A Nidus Worm and Ultralisk Cavern is on the way.
That's not what I expected.
Yeah, I expected to see some broods.
Oh, this is not a good engagement. He can't commit. Didn't lose too much.
And you know what? He's so low on gas right now. He really, truly is. He is getting his 5th base going, but he's going to have to grab those geysers up pretty quick. I want to see what he wants to do with the Nidus one.
I think as soon as he spots a Gumiho push, he will Nidus.
Yeah.
And then he's going to continue to do that. He's already got his Greater Spire on the way. I don't think he will use Ultralisk to fight. I think he may make 1 or 2. Or if he does use them, he's going to use them in the Nidus only.
They are good in a Nidus.
Yeah, and
it's a lot of damage
Nidus is already on the way.
Yeah, it's being made at the top of the possible 5th base of Terran.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's going to be a good harassment location for him.
Whenever you make a Nidus in a location that's not expected, it's always very annoying for a Terran because he has to react to that. He may be freaking out, is that in my main base? Where could it be? And then once you don't find it, you know it's somewhere. We have a nuke on the way and 2 ghosts.
Wow.
This is also pretty old school. Double starports on the way, preparing for Broodlords as well.
Pretty crazy by Gumiho. Now we do have Shine coming down here to attack. He has a lot of units on the high ground.
Oh,
a lot of
baits a bunch of Marines back, then fungles them from the high ground. It'll be beautiful to watch.
Oh, man. In fact, he has so many Banelings right now. He may be able to take out this orbital. Or not the orbital, the planetary. But no, Gumiho with Siege Tanks. We do have a counterattack by Zerg right now.
Yeah, there are a few ghosts to block there. Here come the Banes, though, and they're not going to connect. That was a big waste.
Yeah, that was quite a waste indeed. He's actually probably just going to go through that Nidus Worm once again. And this Ling attack is really the only thing doing damage right now for him.
He has Ghost Cloaking, by the way, for his Ghost, obviously.
And he's shown it as well, so we should see Shine get a little bit ready for that.
He's got Overlord drops finishing up. Both of these players are kind of just doing a little bit of everything at this point.
Yeah.
That was not the best Baneling trade.
We're actually going to have some mass fungals on this 4th base area.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. Well, he will escape with these infestations if he controls them properly. There he goes. All right.
That kills everything off. So pretty good harassment. I mean, he did lose a lot of Banelings with it, but that end harassment was reasonable. Actually, the mules didn't die. They all have 7 hit points.
I really like how he's used these Mutalisks. That's my favorite thing that I've seen Shine do. Just have this small group. You can use it to make a Nidus. That's what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
You get the Nidus or you get the Mutas. You can't get both.
Yeah, and in fact, he's killing off a lot of SCVs because of it. And at this point, he's actually killed 27 SCVs when you count in that Ling harassment, as well as what the Mutas just did.
By the way, the nukes have been called. They have not launched yet, but they have been set. The targets have been rallied. Here we go. They are walking across, and it looks like he's going to double... One nuke first, not double nuking. Okay, there it is. Second nuke, both targeting hatcheries. We see Corvid Reactor and the Raven transition on the way.
Oh, wow. We do see that a lot on this map. And
Larva killed, some drones as well. Damages the hatchery. And the second one will fall through as well.
yeah, pretty well done. Not that many drones actually killed. Only 6 have died this game.
It's something that the Zerg's gonna have to think about, and it's a great usage of resources. A great way to dump by Gumiho.
I love the Raven transition that we're seeing people try out, and normally see them try out recently when they've been behind, but now that it's a much closer game.
It's something you normally see in late game foreign TVZ. European especially, I see more so than anywhere else, is this late game Raven versus Corruptor Broodlord composition.
Yeah. And you have so much extra gases, Terran. I really like
this wall is almost ready, but not quite, and this is going to be great for the Zerg player.
Yeah, he needed that to finish, but it did not. A lot of Banelings rolling in here. In fact, getting even the Cloak Ghost with that splash damage. And a lot of Overlords coming in as well with nothing in them.
And look at the supply of Gumiho drop like mad.
Yeah, it really did.
I mean, with Ravens with no support are not very useful. He's got a great amount of defense set up here, though, and a lot of Overlords will go down.
Does it matter, though? He's got a ton of Overlords still back at home.
He doesn't have the army with him right now. You know what I mean? He's got a small army here, but the rest of his army's back at home, so he can't kill him.
He's dropping a lot of auto turrets to try to deal with all this, but a lot of Lings are coming in. Another nuke was launched. I'm trying to find it.
It was killed. I believe the Ghost was killed.
Okay. Was it a defensive nuke?
No, I think it was actually used at one of the hatcheries.
Okay. Now a lot of Banelings are incoming.
Oh, the Marauder block was excellent, though.
Yeah, look at that. Another one. So many Banelings being wasted.
The Ultras can't attack, and he was blocking not only the Banelings, but also the Lings. That was beautiful.
He needs to actually just target down some of these barracks. This choke point is doing such a great job.
Here comes a huge amount of Ravens to harass, most likely with auto turrets.
Yeah.
But I mean, this may be the end, though. For Terran, he's just running low on steam here.
Gumiho does not have much left over. He is making some Banshees. Already has 2 out, 2 more on the way.
He's making use of what he's got.
Yeah, I mean, that'll put a clock on everything, but he's losing all his ghosts as they pop out, losing everything else as well. I do like the counter harassment, but I don't know if that's actually going to end up mattering.
No, I don't think it will. I mean, the thing is, the auto turrets are not very useful the way he's placed them. They're never going to be useful enough to change the output of a game unless you're way ahead and you're just finishing them off. I mean, the rally here, it's too much. He's 100 supply up. Gumiho trying to rebuild barracks over at the left side of the map. He had the bank to dump it, but he's got no workers left. Making Banshees, but all it's going to take is a group of Mutas to be made, and it's going to be over.
Yeah, he can make just about anything at this point and send them over. I mean, we do have 4 Banshees out, so that's nice, but where's the production of Gumiho? You notice his minerals are going up, even though he's barely mining now because of all this harassment.
He can't produce.
But those auto turrets actually have done a great job. The 4th and 5th bases of Shine aren't really mining. He's killed a ton of drones with them. He
got the Corvid Reactors with Ravens had a ton of energy. Did not have durable materials. I mean, it looks like those are gonna time out.
Yeah.
But it's insignificant in the grand scheme of things, it seems, because the Zerg will just finish him off.
You know, it's interesting that our Zerg player he's pretty low on money. But I would like to see a little tech switch. It looks like he's going to go Infestors because he's so gas heavy. But as you said before, Wolf, I mean, just a handful of Mutas can end this game right now.
He has no answer for Mutas.
There's no missile turrets. There's just Banshees floating around.
Yeah, there's basically Banshees and Planetary Fortresses are all that's left in this game for Gumiho. I mean, he's got a great wall set up for the ground army that he's facing, which is quite...
He's got such an insane bank, too, that if he's left alone for a little bit, we might see some sort of comeback, because Shine, he's not mining his main, he's not mining his natural.
Oh, this
third
base is going to be so ineffective. Oh, there's a hole, though. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Gumiho, and, well...
Oh, my God, it lived!
Wow.
This is actually a huge moment for Gumiho. Even though it's 135 supply to 45, if he can get his production going again, 7 meters on the way. Okay, that should be that should be pretty tough to deal with.
Yeah.
The Ultra's coming in being inefficient.
Look at all the mules he's dropping. He needs to make more barracks.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's got a lot already, but it's not enough. Oh, that was a mistake.
If all his money was army right now, this would still be a game. You know, Shine is only mining from basically one location. Gumiho, not really mining much at all. He's got 14 SCVs against 85 drones.
Yeah, he's got a ton of mules to drop, but I mean, look at the income. You can see it here. It's basically even, but the production is the problem. Making medevacs now from his starports. He did manage to save both of those that were burning down. Well done. And now he's starting to add the barracks, but it may be too little too late.
Yeah, he's making a lot of Marauders to go with his Marines. Those aren't going to help out against the Mutas.
He's got 10 Marines only right now, a few medevacs, and it just doesn't seem to be enough.
Yeah,
the Marines are not, I mean, the Mutalists are too heavily upgraded.
Well, with medevacs and the Marines popping out, these Mutas going to be picked off, and I mean, yeah, Shine still should be able to take this game and all, but
more Mutas are on the way too.
He's getting like exponentially more sloppy. You know, he's had some bad beats that Orbital was like, the Planetary was like one Baneling hit from dying and was saved. The Mutas just barely couldn't finish off those Marines.
The Banshees really seem to be heroes of the day as well with how much damage they've done.
They all got like 30 kills. I think they're all dead though, and yeah, they are.
Yep, at that last moment, right when you said that the last one died, you say things and people die. Are you Kira?
Yes.
This harass is actually just starting to make it look like, I mean, Shine is so low on money, if he keeps throwing units away.
Oh man, yeah, like this is, Shine actually could lose control of this because we have another drop at his 5th base.
Yeah, he's losing drones, he's losing ground.
It will be cleaned up, but, I mean.
He used to be quadruple his opponent's supply, now he's less than half ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, like his opponent is still hanging in here. His bank is getting smaller, but his production is getting better.
Muta's still going to be a little bit annoying, but there's so many orbitals.
Why not just make the switch to Broodlords and siege him up, control the map, and keep him in his base? You still have the Mutas to stop drops. Use the Mutas to stop drops, go Broodlords, siege him up, and just starve him out and kill him.
Yeah, I mean, that is the right way to do it. Sometimes people get so far ahead that they just think, all right, there's no way to lose, and he was almost right. And in fact, he may turn out to be right anyways. But,
Corruptors.
All right, there you go.
But, I mean, look at this. Gumiho's got a fierce push coming through.
Yeah, he's got a pretty scary group of upgraded units. He's got 3-3 on these.
There's only 15 Mutas and 50 Zerglings standing in his way, man.
And his army actually can do pretty well, but Baneling's on the way, and Fester as well.
I think he actually has a chance, a very good chance.
He definitely has a chance. We have to give him that, man.
If I'm Shine right now, I'm panicking a little bit.
Yeah. Shine needs to really put his nose to the grindstone here. I mean, he can't mess around anymore. He got so sloppy and inefficient there at the end because it was just such an easy victory. But this bank of Gumiho is exactly what's allowing him to come back in. His bank still isn't spent. He still has 700, 800 minerals.
Even with 6 depots on the way.
Yeah, and with Broodlords on the way, man, he's going to have to really kick those starports into overdrive.
Yeah, they're both on Tech Labs too, so he's not going to be able to make double Vikings.
You know, he might even want to try to just control the map with his Marine Marauder medevac force. And, oh, that was actually a very important fumble. We'll take that out. But he might want to control the map with that and go back into Ravens even. You know, cost efficiency here is going to become more and more important as our Zerg player only has 2 bases.
Yeah, he's starting to get mined out. Mutas are going to come in here, and this is what you talked about earlier. With no turrets in play, you can do a lot with this. Forces the stim on these Marines, but Gumiho has smartly left them at home.
Oh, and he is going to go back into Ravens, but looks like he might lose a starport.
Yeah,
which
he definitely will. Oh my God.
Gumiho doesn't lose buildings. They just get really low. This is a really good choice to go back into Ravens, I feel. And look, he's actually floating his command centers back over. He wants to start mining from everywhere again.
The amount of multitasking from Gumiho he's showing here in the late game. This is actually the difference between what we saw in one of our games earlier when the player who lost did not leave the game, and when you are actually in a very good position and not leaving. Look, he's going to catch a ton of these Mutas here. I mean, this is how to stay in the game. Even if Gumiho loses here, he has succeeded.
He's made his opponent as tired as possible. He's shaking his confidence, everything, man. You know, one thing to point out is Gumiho's APM, we keep on talking about quick he is, guys, but seriously, he's a quick one. He hits peaks of 400 all the time. That's 400 different things he's doing every minute. That's where he's like peeking out at quite
That's
often.
insane.
It's a lot. It's a lot
2
of things to do.
additional Ghost Academies as well coming up here. That may be too much, I feel, but his bank is still quite high.
He's trying to spend that gas as best he can. He's actually is bringing it down. So
Remember, is also with the Corvid reactors on these Ravens, they're going to come out right away. He's getting Caduceus reactor. Actually, that's, I think, in this case, pretty smart.
yeah, I would agree. It's all about that efficiency, man. The map. This is a game where the map potentially could be mined out.
Oh, and these Marines being microed extremely well in that drop. He's trying to force this huge group of units back. This is exactly what I said. Go for Broodlords, contain him, starve him out, and win the game. And, I mean, this is going to be the last thing that Gumiho has to deal with. If he deals with this, he may win. If he doesn't, obviously, I mean, he doesn't.
Yeah, no, this is so hard, though. This is the really hard moment.
It
With
cuts
5
them apart.
Infestors, full energy, a lot of Banes, a lot of Corruptors, and a lot of Broodlords.
He's going to lose that
Oh,
group
man.
of units on the right side. He's going to lose both of these mining bases that he wants to have. Well, he's only got the one now. That Command Center actually flew all the way across the map. He's not actually using it there. He's going to... I don't know what he's going to do with that Command Center.
Yeah, hard to say, man. But as long as he can keep Gumiho or Shine away from his new main, which is over on the left side, he's going to be happy. He can even trade units for that. But it looks like Shine has had enough. He's going for it.
He is, man.
This will decide the game.
This absolutely will. The wall, I do not believe, was fixed. It's still got a gap in it. All of his units are on the high ground here. They're going to have that concave. But the Broodlords, they don't care about concaves. They don't care about walls. They're just going to start eating away.
Now,
They're flying swarm hosts, man.
he is waiting just a few more seconds, and then he's going to have 4 Seeker Missiles. And if he hits Seeker Missiles really well, he absolutely can win this game. But if Shine deals the Seeker Missiles perfectly, then
He's going to have
it's
to
just going to
target
be
the
his.
Seeker Missiles correctly. Because if
Yes.
he targets them on Lings, for example, then he gets away 100%. As long as he splits his units away accordingly.
Yeah, like, do you target Corruptors? I think he does, because we have a lot of Vikings being made. So.
Corruptors or the Infestors, I feel.
And actually, I don't like this. He just sent a Viking out to kill this Overseer. Never mind, we'll talk about that later. It was like chasing it back in to see what he had.
Oh, here we go. He's running in. He's not waiting. I mean, he's not getting too excited with his Seeker Missiles. He's saving them. He's being so patient here.
Oh, man.
Waiting until the last second.
Gumi realizes he could be a hero right now. Sending down his couple of Ravens to that side. A couple more Ravens to the other side. He's going to flank with Seeker Missiles.
This is insane.
He is actually about to flank with Seeker Missiles.
This
and
is insane.
Here they
He's
come.
doing it. He is doing it. I cannot believe this.
He's trying to time it at the same moment, I do believe.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Or maybe waiting for the units to run.
There's no other. I mean, this is. I mean, I'm speechless.
I'm getting some sick nerd chills. Here they
Here
come.
we go.
Seeker Missiles from both directions coming in. One lands right there. We should have some more coming in just a second.
And they hit the Infestors. The Vikings starting to fall, and the army is pushed back, at least initially here.
Oh
Does
my
he have
God.
enough anti-air? He's breaking through the funnels.
This is insanity, Wolf. And those Infestors with their fungals, oh so important. Does he have enough? No, GG. An amazing try by Gumiho.
Yeah, that was insane.
Shine won, and look at him hold his heart. Gumiho with a Seeker Missile flank. I got actually the sickest nerd chills. See those?
Oh my God.
I actually have goosebumps.
You actually do.
I do. I don't screw around. If I say I have nerd chills, man, I'm getting goosebumps right then.
Well, I mean, this is the perfect example
Oh my
of when
God.
not to leave a game. I don't know how else to say it.
He like almost broke that. He almost broke that. Okay, you're FXO. You're going against Shine. Who comes out?
Another Terran, I think. Another Terran who has multitasking skills like this. I mean, someone who can play in the late game. I think if I'm FXOpen now, I have to scare a Zerg player in the late game. I made him feel extremely uncomfortable against Terran, and I 2-raxed twice in a row. Maybe pull out a Terran and 2-rax again.
But 11-11.
11-11.
Not a bad
You really
choice.
read my mind, man.
Yeah.
It may be ASD here.
They just kept seeing the Econ 2-racks, which isn't as scary, but if an 11-11 comes, you know, one misclick, one extra drone made, you might just lose.
I would like to see someone with the opposite style of Gumiho, someone who has the style of Marine King or Polt, where you just attack, the style of SC, the parade push, man, something like that, someone who just attacks non-stop. Okay? That's the kind of player that I think would give him the most trouble right now with where his mind is. And, I mean, unless he is Startail Curious, which, no, he's not, he's a TSL player, then I'm pretty sure he's going to be a bit shaken up by that game.
Yeah. The best? Could we see the best?
We could see the best or ASD, I think one of these two.
I feel like the best is going to be called out before ASD. Is ASD in Code A right now?
No, I believe he fell out and tried to qualify but failed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think we won't see both. I think it's going to be either or.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think that they will not use both those players. I think the best. That's my guess. The best.
I would say ASD.
Okay.
We'll see. Like, it just like goes to a scene where we're both looking at each other, and then like it becomes two camera shots of us. Our noses are like actually like they're touching, like at the GSL where there's two player booths. But actually, we're just waiting to see where they're picking.
I get you. I was like getting really confused. Map is Cloud Kingdom.
It is.
Okay. Definitely can still be a Terran.
I think it's absolutely going to be a Terran.
There's
very few
Protoss here
maps left.
statistically is pretty decent, but I don't think it's going to be a Protoss. Let's see. Let's see.
What if it's Shoya? I mean, I forgot about him. I like just said that, and then I saw him still on the edge, and I was like, no, but
well, it's gonna be. All right, man.
I didn't expect Shoya to play today, to be perfectly honest.
No, I actually didn't expect either. But you know what? He's still a very good player. There's no doubt about it. Even though he's got a lot of coaching responsibilities, you know, taking care of his team. He's a very hard worker in that regard. Still a very strong player. One of their most accomplished, even till today.
Yes. Known originally for all-ins.
Yes, the Choya 4 gates and the Choya Colossus pushes. Nothing ever wanting to make a long game. But nowadays, he will make a long game and play it well.
Yeah. But he's still not 100% clean, man. Every now and then, he'll proxy a robo and a robotic support bay and hit you with a super fast proxy Colossus timing.
He's actually the one that I first saw that from. I think he might have invented that.
He did.
Because it's so Choya style, and when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, and then it just popped up everywhere for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I remember watching him do it in several tournaments all at once. Definitely
just sat down one day and played matches in like 7 tournaments and did it 7 times and won 7 games.
And I saw all of them, and I was like, whoa.
It's like, whoa, that wasn't very hard, was it?
It's, you know, at the time when he was doing it, it was really, really cool because it was against this very marine-heavy late Marauders style that we're seeing still even today. Well, this choice is probably one that Shoya made himself. Sometimes he likes to come out charging, and he wins or he loses. I mean, and not. I mean, obviously
doesn't normally tie.
It's very obvious that the build that he's done is a build he's planned. And when I say he wins or he loses, he either crushes or he gets destroyed. Now, right now, we are going to see, I think, a really cool build order. Like, I don't think we're going to just see him go Nexus first into...
Agreed.
I think we're going to see something special here.
This is, I think it's going to be a 2-base all-in for sure. For sure.
Which one, though?
Yeah, no, that's the hard part. And I'm sitting here thinking really hard. I think it might just be as simple as Immortal Sentry.
It could be. This is a great map for that.
You got to watch out, though, because TSL Zergs will research drops and use Ling Bane style, which can do very well against it. So you have to be careful
on
with
this
that.
map as well are pretty scary as follow-ups.
But yeah, I think it will definitely be a 2-base all-in. I'd be surprised if it was Void Ray based. I'd be truly surprised.
I know you said you didn't see all the matches from yesterday. Did you see the Warp Prism cannon?
I did not. I heard about it. I didn't actually get to watch any of yesterday's games yet. So.
I won't spoil anything else.
I think I watched part of the first EVZ, but I'll watch them tonight, Wolf.
All right.
I'll make it up to you, I promise.
Okay, thank you. It was my birthday yesterday.
I know, I messed up.
All right, let's see what build Shoya is going to show. This is the GSTL FXO versus TSL.